Well, welcome, Sarah. So Sarah was so nervous.
Okay.
She sent me an email at 12 o'clock saying, what am I actually going to be asked today?
Need to be prepared, I feel.
So I said, I don't know. Me neither. We'll see where this conversation goes.
Okay.
And despite that, I thought I'll be very organized, and I went on to ChatGPT and so was
As
sort
we
of
do. As we all do.
it's my best friend now, and kind of figured out a few questions, but we'll see if we actually use them.
Okay.
Well,
Too easy.
A lot of them are very dreamy questions about the flowers and
Yeah.
let's see how
Terms and words that we don't normally use, right?
exactly. See, for me to say that, it sounds pretty unnatural, but we'll see how we go. Sarah, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You are coming from where are you located?
We're located in Sydney. So sort of at the cusp of the Blue Mountains down in Penrith. But yeah, we travel everywhere, like around New South Wales. So we're down the Highlands, South Coast, Sydney and Hunter. Yeah.
Okay, so like every major.
Everywhere. Yeah, everywhere.
And your business is called The Flower Pursuit?
Yes, it is.
Very good. I always see the van coming in.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, Sarah's here. And you're here quite a bit.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah. My old van, though, we just went through a big rebranding. Yeah. So I need to get that done. So every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's the old version. I need the 2.0.
Is this the new one?
No, it's not.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes.
But the logo is...
No, it's completely changed.
Oh.
Yes.
What is it now?
It's just a bit more like simplified, I think. A bit more like, yeah. So we've been like umming and ahhing for the last year really on what to do with the van. So we think we're going to wrap it in like a deep burgundy. Yeah, so we're just sort of in the works at the moment on design. So little.
Is this like a whole website redesign?
Yeah, we did a full website.
Holy cow.
Redesign, and we did a logo flip, and yeah.
Wow. What made you do that?
I think I just wanted to elevate as I grow up. As like my vision and design sort of evolves, I wanted to sort of bring like our clients along on that journey as well. So at first I was hesitant if it was the right like direction, but chatting with lots of vendor friends, they sort of gave me that courage to go down that avenue of, just a refresh. Not like a rebrand, but just a refresh. Yeah. Well, 5 years of the same. Yeah. I feel like.
What a journey you've been on. Like it's been how long? 10 years since you started?
Well, we started back in 2017, I think. Wow. But I didn't solely start flowering until 2020.
Okay.
So it's only been 6 years really, like fully immersed in like weddings and events. Yeah. So, and then like exclusively weddings, I would say the last 4 years. So in like floristry land, it's not like that long.
That's nothing.
Yeah. Or in the wedding industry, like everyone's sort of been in the industry for like 10 plus years. But for me, it's only been 4, but I feel like it's been longer than that.
I was expecting that. Okay.
No.
So that's very interesting. So 4 years to achieve what you've achieved. So just to go back to what your business is, it's not just floristry.
Yes.
Right? You're creating an aesthetic design.
I see you looking at your notes. I need to have my paper there.
An aesthetic design is not usually my vocabulary. So I'm glad you say it, because if it was a podcast, no one would have seen it.
That's right.
So thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, because you are creating experiences. You do the styling, the signage, the flowers, the storytelling, the immersion.
Yes.
You bring this whole creative side to the wedding. It's not just flowers.
Yes.
That's very interesting. So tell us, how did that come about? Was this a plan from the start? Did it just move into that sort of land of creativity, or like what? Because that's very interesting. It has been very, very successful.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like the main goal when we first started was the flowers. And then as we evolved, just being a part of different weddings and just sometimes seeing the disconnect between different elements of the day, or brides or couples after saying, oh, I wish we did things styling differently to sort of enhance the flowers. It sort of gave me an idea. It wasn't anything new, but it was new to us of introducing styling elements. So yeah, we introduced styling, and then it sort of just evolved to stationery and signage. So we do menus and name cards and your welcome signs and seating charts, just so everything feels cohesive and considered, from the flowers to the styling to your stationery and signage. Yeah.
That's so important.
Yes.
Because when you think about it, you could do the stationaries and they could be completely different to the flowers.
Yes.
Whereas you come in and you make sure that it's matching.
Yes.
And it fits the vibe.
Yes. I feel like it just elevates the whole experience of the day.
Yeah.
When we love being involved in like every single aspect, I reckon a good like 90% of our couples will opt for the full service of what we offer. Yeah.
So it's not something you came up straight away. It's something you kept adding to.
Yes, definitely. And as things sort of evolve now, you see lots of draping sort of happening within the wedding industry, and so that's something that we're slowly like bringing into our business as well. Like the draping backdrop, we've got a couple weddings coming up that we're going to be offering, like ceiling draping. So we're slowly starting to
I've seen that.
Bring that into the business as well, which is going to be exciting.
Wow. Because there's a lot of inspirational photos coming up on Instagram and TikTok when it comes to what are the new trends.
Yes.
And the drapes are becoming a really, velvet and just very old school things. And so you're on top of that. You try and stay ahead of the industry and prepare for that.
I think so. And I think it's still having our couples understand that trends are trends and not sort of pushing the boundaries too much to ensure that their day is still timeless and classic. So like when they look back at their photos in 5-10 years time, they still want to love every aspect of their choices so it's not dated. I think that's really important as well.
Well, I think that's what keeps you ahead of the game.
Yeah, well, we try.
Well, so tell me, what distinguishes a florist who is booked out versus one that remains invisible? Like how do you, well, I guess there's multiple areas to it.
Yes.
But yeah, tell me what worked for you.
I feel like there's layers to that. There's different variables, I guess, that come into play. It obviously is a personal choice if you want to be fully booked or you don't, or how many weddings you want to take on in a week or a month. For us, we're lucky that we have amazing support behind the scenes with our children. And me and Clay are both really hardworking.
Well, tell me about Clay. So this man is our workhorse. He's always here at 11 o'clock cleaning up. So
he does all the bump outs, which I'm thankful for.
Wow.
And he actually works in the business full time now. It's been, I would say, maybe 3 years, going on the cusp of 3 years. He was in a fully different industry. He was a builder, like in construction, on like excavators and doing all of that behind the scenes. And then, I needed the assistance and
Wow, so he just left what he was doing.
Yes.
And now he's full-time in your business.
Yes.
He loves it too.
He does.
Man, I always see him with the candles, with the styling. He's loving it.
He does. Well, it's taken a long time, I feel like, to let go of that trust. I'm a perfectionist and I want things done a certain way. So I feel like it's taken a really long time, but now I can send him on a wedding. If we've booked two beautiful weddings on the same day, I have full trust in his ability to like style a wedding.
Yeah, wow. Sending a builder down.
Yeah. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm definitely proud of him. He's come a long way.
When he's finished, I'm like, mate, how did you, fantastic. He's like a pillar of your...
And he wants the credit too, which is funny. Which is funny.
Well, he was going to be here today. He couldn't make it.
No.
So that's all right, mate. We are thinking of you while we're doing this podcast. When you're listening to it on your way to the next wedding.
He'll love the shout out, I'm sure.
The best part is when he comes in at the end of the night. It's like 11 p.m. We're starting to clean up and he rocks up. And he's ready to do
He's probably by the food before he's packing up.
If there's any donuts left, then he'll get into
I'm sure he's there.
Because your styling is very exquisite. There is so much to it. There is candles and flowers, and there's just and there's abundance of them. I think the beauty of it is that you're almost floating in your styling. So to pack that up, good on you.
Yes. Well, he always questions, because we do, for our couples, they get like exclusive access to all of our styling pieces for their day, which is amazing. And that is like unlimited. And a lot of our couples are just like, give me full creative freedom and I choose all of the elements for their day, as little as much as they allow me to. And a lot of the time it's as much as I want. And he doesn't necessarily love that, because he's thinking of the pack down at the end of the night.
Of course.
He's like, we don't need this and we don't need that. But I'm like, we visually do. So I feel like we butt heads a lot in that aspect, but I always win the argument.
You are the creative genius, obviously.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, that's so good. So what does the team consist of? Is it you and him?
Yeah, me and him, and we have an amazing freelancer, Zoe, that's been with us for a really long time, and I couldn't do any wedding without her. She works with us every Saturday, and I'm trying to slowly get her in on a couple other days. And then we do have a few other girls that come and jump on board when we have really big weddings that we are restricted on times. But you will see me, I pretty much flower every single wedding.
You're always there, 7 a.m. I show up.
On my own, and it's a grind and it's hard work, but I feel like that's sort of the key to our success, is me being on site and me touching the flowers. And
I think every business owner I've spoke to in this podcast, and obviously while running weddings, it's if you're involved, you keep your finger on the pulse. It allows you to change things if they're not working. It allows you to, make sure that the quality control is
definitely
there. And you're always there making sure that the final touches are done before the guests arrive, before the couple shows.
Definitely.
Okay, so what was your mind shift change when you moved from being a florist to being a successful business owner? Like, how did that? Because now your numbers are quite big with the number of weddings you do, and the scale of each wedding is quite huge. You can do multiple weddings.
Yes.
How did you need to shift your mindset when it came to that, or your systems and processes?
Yeah, good question. Well, I think I've always been driven. I'm very like gritty in terms of like getting things done, like sacrificing and just doing what I need to do to get to the point of what my dreams are. I think for me, it was just like, it's just hard work. And like when you have a vision or a dream and it's something that might seem like unrealistic or unattainable, like I just kept having that confidence in myself that I was able to achieve that. And it was just like every day on social media. I remember the baby me like at venues and Clay doing BTS of me flowering. So just like all of these little elements, like just every day sort of chipped away at the success of like our business and the visibility on social media as well. And then the systems just came in as we sort of evolved as well, and as busy as we got, we just, brought staff on or changed the way that we, scheduled calls or how we did our final run-throughs, or, even our styling. We've got a massive like styling inventory now. So we've got like another warehouse. And so it's just everything sort of came with time. And I feel like I wasn't scared of the change or the evolution. I just moved with it. I think it just comes down to like my grit really, and just that determination of just wanting it to be successful. And I feel like I'm always scared that it's not going to be successful. So it gives me that drive to make sure that I can execute and keep going. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's inspirational. My God. So you've got warehouses?
Yes.
Because you've got a lot of things.
Well, we live on property.
Yeah.
So we're thankful like that it's all at home. We're actually under construction at the moment. Clay's building us another warehouse.
In your backyard?
In our backyard. Yeah. So we're on a bit of acreage. So I've got my studio space and like my styling shed. We've got a cool room. So he's building me a whole nother sort of shed.
What a guy.
Yeah. So.
And when it comes to this growth, do you feel like social media played a big role in that?
Definitely. I reckon our growth is like, I would say 100%, or maybe not that much, maybe 90%, 85% based on social media.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. And that 15% would be just the connections with like our growers, our vendors, I would say, and like our venues. That would be, yeah. So your recommendations and your referrals would, yeah.
Okay, so tell me more. So, okay, social media is such a big part.
Definitely.
Because like for my business, it is, but it isn't also. There's a lot of other sources we need to rely on.
Yes.
I would say social media might be 30%.
Okay.
25.
Mm-hmm.
So do you do TikTok, Instagram? Like what are the platform that?
Yep. So we do TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest.
Yes.
We sort of immerse most of our time in Instagram. And I reckon out of all of those platforms, like 90% of our clients are coming from Instagram.
Okay.
And it's just, yeah, it's super important to our business. Like if we didn't have social media, I don't know. Like I feel like we would still be where we are because of the connections and relationships we've built with venues and our couples and the referrals or what.
The networks, yeah.
Our networking, yes. But yeah, social media is like, it's really important in any business.
What are your thoughts on TikTok then? If Instagram is the major one?
Yes.
Because everyone's saying, people are moving on to TikTok, the younger generations.
Definitely. I feel like TikTok is a little bit more raw. And when we use TikTok, it's like we just pretty much put a post up. It's really vague in the description. It's a bit more fun. It's like cool music, a bit more BTS, and like you get to sort of see more of like the fun side of our like business rather than Instagram's a bit more refined and a bit more of a profile or like an experience of what you would feel from a wedding by us. So you've got two different, and then you're obviously like channeling two different types of clientele, right? From TikTok versus Instagram. Yeah. I feel like TikTok's just a little bit more fun. Like,
yeah. So are you the one doing all the posts for Instagram and TikTok? Okay.
Yes.
So you have to adjust how you make those posts.
Definitely.
Depending on which platform you're posting it on.
Definitely, yes.
Wow. And is it a consistent thing? How, because I always see you, in the car doing pre-wedding, post-wedding, has that always been the case, or you ramped it up, or?
No, definitely. So I feel like from day dot, it was something that was really important to me. I know when I buy, like I like to feel like I'm connected to the person that's selling me a product, or if when we got married, I felt really connected to our vendors through their social media posts. So that's something that I wanted to make sure that we could produce for our couples. And they just get to see like your personality and if we align with each other.
So if you're looking at posting on Instagram, is it stories or reels? Like I'm getting into the nitty gritty of it because a lot of florists, I feel like would want to know.
Okay.
Your Instagram following is extreme. You have like 40,000 followers or so.
It's 30,000.
Is it? Oh, well, it's exaggerated.
People are going to jump on there and be like,
you didn't say anything.
They'll be like, where's that extra 10K?
It's like shit. So how do you jump from 0 to 30,000? Is it, have your content gone viral?
No.
It hasn't?
No.
Oh, so what do you mean?
So I
Is
feel
it like jumps? Like it jumps by like 30,
no,
10,000?
No, it's been like a slow burn.
What?
So
to 30,000 slow burn?
Yes, I feel so. Well, we started back in 2020. It's 2026 now. So like a rundown of just consistently posting on like the stories on the feed over like every single day for the last 6 years, right?
You post every single day?
Yes, not so much now because I have 2 kids and it's a little bit harder. So like every 2 to 3 days we do. But I'm on the stories every single day.
Wow.
Like every single day. So I feel like that helps with the algorithm as well.
Yeah.
But it's just knowing what people want to see. It's knowing how to write a hook. It's knowing how to get engagement. I reckon at the moment, we've got like 1.9 million views on our Instagram account, like every 30 days.
Close to 2 million views.
It's insane.
Holy cow.
It's absolutely insane. And we actually go through like our following list and we go and like remove any like suspicious accounts or any bots or.
Oh, you do that?
We do that.
Manually?
We do, because we don't want to have Instagram pushing our like content or our profile to like people in different countries or that aren't aligning with like our values. So I feel like that's really important because we don't want to go viral. Like we want to make sure that like our content is getting pushed to couples that really love and adore us.
That is true.
Yes.
Because if you do go viral, and we did go viral once on Facebook, out of all places.
Yeah.
It was a bride coming down on a horse. So we got 3 million views on that post, which was like insane. But the reality of it, yes, our following on Facebook went from like 2,000 to, I don't know, 12,000, whatever, overnight. But majority of these followers would be elderly people in US who love horses.
Yeah.
Messaging, comments around horses and this and that. Nothing to do with weddings, nothing to do with Australia. So to book any of them or have them convert into a client, very low chance.
Yes, definitely.
So I could see what you mean by not wanting to go viral. It's not actually...
It's not our goal.
It might help your follower number.
Definitely.
It's not necessarily a client converting strategy.
Definitely. And I feel like numbers on social media are important. A lot of people say that they're not. They are important to an extent of like credibility. I feel like that's the only main like feature of your follow count is like the credibility, or like you can sort of see how, I feel like that's it. It's just the credibility basically. And then that's how you get the eyeballs onto your business, and then it's producing the content that like align with. So I'm not creating content to go viral. I'm creating content for my dream clients, for the clients that we want to create amazing spaces for. That's what, So that's who I'm speaking to.
Yeah. So that's incredible. That's like you've got 30,000 followers, but they're all, you didn't go viral to bring these random people. They are actually people who are interested in your content.
If you look at our analytics on our social media, it's within the age demographic, it's within Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, like all of our following. So it's like right on like track to what we're.
And it really would make sense then why you're getting 2 million views, because every one of these people would be interested in your content.
Definitely.
It's not like just a bot, from overseas.
Definitely. So that's what's really important to me.
Oh man, I'm going to take that as a tip for myself, because I do get a lot of bots. You click on it and it's a pretty picture with 3 followers.
Yep.
And I'm just like, whatever.
Yep.
But it would affect the algorithm.
Definitely.
There's a lot of businesses I see that actually buy followers.
Oh, really?
I see accounts like go from 5,000 to 30,000 overnight.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know how you tell if it's not real? It's like you check a week later and it goes from 30,000 to like 25.
Okay.
And then it goes to 20.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of these bots or however you manage that just kind of
disappear. Yeah.
And it's like, well, that would have an effect on your algorithm.
Definitely.
Definitely. So it looks like the views is what counts for you.
Yes.
Which seems to be very high. 2 million.
Yes. 1.9 million every 30 days.
I've exaggerated it again.
Yes, I know.
From 40,000.
2 mil sounds great. So that just makes me like, over Christmas, I feel like I wasn't active on social media as well, because we were away, and I noticed too a lot of people weren't on social media as well. So the view counts was sort of decreasing. I feel like our views within the December-January period was about 880,000 over our social media account on Instagram. And I was like, oh my God. And because I wasn't posting every day as well, or on the stories every day. So I'm like, it's like we're sort of backtracking here, or we're like slowly like, going backwards because of that.
Do you think that way when it happens?
Well, definitely.
Really?
Definitely. So then that makes me jump back on it and get back on the stories, and I had to do that over like the New Year period. And but it's just knowing like what's what to post and how to write your captions.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you come up with the captions and like?
I feel like it's just being honest.
Yes.
And just like writing a caption about the experience of the day from our couple's point of view or from our point of view. Or we did a beautiful wedding a couple weeks ago up by the beach. And the color palette was just like the color palette that was meant to be by the water. So just writing captions that say that. So that's your hook there. Like these flowers are meant to be by the water. And then it's just writing about how we selected the flowers and what flowers did what, and going from there. So you're fully telling a story in your posts.